Dudes and dudettes of YouTube land, it's Frank with What's the Point EDC. I got me a tall one because it's Friday. Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Bow. It's Civivi Baklash time. And damn if I ain't surprised by how good this knife's been so far. Wow. You guys need to check this knife out right here. If you're into slicey, pokey, good EDC knives, I think this might be the one for you. And it's priced right too at only like 50 bucks, guys. Now, Civivi did this one right here pretty good. Look at the flipper tab on here. Really good jimping. Let's look at the jimping on the spine of the blade right here. This is 9CR18 MOV steel. Oh yeah, great edge geometry. It's a hollow grind, drop point. Look at the grinds on that. Wow, that's good. It's got a good forward finger choil too. So Civivi did a good job with this one right here. You're going to be able to poke anything you need to poke at. You know, if you do a lot of poking tasks, I think this one right here might be for you. It's a strong knife. It's sturdy. It's got good backspacer right here. And look at them liners. Wow. I really like that. It just pops on this knife. If we look up inside of here, you'll see how it's skeletonized, done right. It's looking like this. You see? The liner lock has good access. Not the best, but definitely good, adequate access. It's got jimping on the liner itself, on the lock. The action. Let's talk about this action. It has ceramic caged ball bearings. Yes. And it's good. It snaps out there. Let me get it with my dominant hand real quick, because that was holding with my left hand. Definitely a snapper. Check it. Let's do it. We could definitely flick your bic. You can flip it upside down. You can do that one right there. You can deploy this thing a bunch of different ways. You don't just have to use the flipper tab. I think you can even reverse flick it. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, guys? I knew I could do it. I did it the other day. Yeah, reverse flicking this bad boy. That's just awesome, right? See, look, so I get up in here. I guess what I do is I put my thumb or my middle finger right about here. And it just works, guys. It's not hard on the thumb. You know, so you get a 4-finger grip with it too. Now this is like a thumb ramp essentially. Check it out. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna be able to get in some material like that right there with plenty of power. Now the hollow grind on this is very minimal, but it is good and it's hollow and it's done right. I really need to put that out there. I like Civivi's grinds. Civivi does good grinds. You might not be a Civivi fan, but you got to respect their grinds because they do good. It's got a deep carry pocket clip that's long. Yep. It's got a lanyard hole, as you can see. Check this out right here one time. That was a really weird, awkward way to try to close the knife. I have got to say that now. So check it out. You know what I didn't notice up until not too long ago? Not the texturing, because it does have good texturing. But look at the overall shape of it. Pretty nice. Reversible pocket clip. Tip up carry. Yeah. All the hardware is flush, so you don't have a bunch of popping out hardware. Typical Civivi pivot collar right here. Now you're going to sharpen this thing up for a long time. You got plenty of sharpening to go on because, you know, the plunge grind's back there and you got this good forward finger choil. That is definitely a working finger choil. You don't even need to do any modification to it. It just is. It's there and it works good. It sure does. This is a good slicey knife. Now, I haven't done any real food prep with this right here, and I haven't done any actual hard use with it. I've done considerable amount of cutting. Now, it's still on the factory edge as of right now, and it's still got plenty of good edge on it. So it's definitely got a working edge. Now, I would show you guys how it cuts, but you know about the way the camera angle is and everything, and the paper's always going to just cut funny, and I'm going to look like an idiot. So I choose to not do it. But you guys should expect a cutting demonstration, a edge retention demonstration. Expect some type of demonstration with this here soon. It's coming. Now, I don't know a lot about 9CR18 MOV. That's a newer steel to me. I've never used it before. I've never owned a knife with that steel. So I don't know what its properties are, what its what its pros and cons are. So I can't really speak much on that, but I can speak on the quality of the knife so far, and it's been great. The blade is centered. You see what I'm saying? A little centerage. It's just a good knife. It's a good EDC knife. You see, for me and for my EDC tasks, I do prefer a pointy, slicey knife. I do. And it's always good to have some type of good action, you know, and fidgetability, and that is a word for me, fidgetability. Know that. That's a WTP word. And if you don't know, now you know. I just enjoy this knife. It's fun to play with. It's fun to look at. It's sharp. It's a knife you can hand somebody, and you know it. If they, for some reason, drop it, you're okay. It's not going to be the biggest deal. You know what I mean? It's easy to deploy. It's easy to close. It's not so drop shut that it'll cut you. So if somebody that you're with asks to see your knife, you can be comfortable. Just give them the knife, and they've only got one way to deploy it, because unless they open it like this, there's only one other way to deploy it for most people, and that's just going to be to use that flipper tab. So you're going to be good to go. And so what I'm thinking here is this is going to be a good EDC knife for 90% of the population, maybe even more of the population. It's going to be good for your stabbing, and it's going to be good for anything you need to be good for. And it's going to look good while it's doing it. Now, they do have different models of this with different blade finishes, different handle materials. They got micarta. I don't know if they have any different steels or not. And some of them may or may not have these liners that are colored like this. I don't know. But for the most part, I think this knife is for most people, you know. And I actually think this would look really good in the form of a fixed blade. Keep it the same size as it is. Just turn it into a fixed blade. Definitely. Keep it nice and thin and slicey just as it is. Because a knife this big, typically it's not going to be something you're going to go out and really hard use. I mean, I wouldn't personally. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't do it. But it's 7 minutes in. It's Friday, so I'm going to hop up off here, guys. I want everybody to stay safe over the weekend. So just watch what you do. Drive safe. Stay strong. Live long. If you're an addict, never quit. Quit and stay strong and live long. Get the help you truly deserve. And if you're struggling with bad thoughts, please reach out and talk to somebody, because it's going to be okay. You got this. Sharp knives and good vibes only. Take it easy and much love.